Stop. Don't scroll. I need to tell you something that might sound strange, but once you hear it, you'll understand why your life hasn't gone the way you wanted. There was a man who lived 500 years ago. You never met him. He never knew you existed. But right now, his ideas control your life more than you do. They shape your thoughts, your choices, your conversations. Every time someone lies to you, uses you, or makes you feel weak, that's him. His name is Machiavelli. Here's the shocking part. The people who always win around you, the ones who get what they want and make others listen, they know his secrets. They're using his playbook. And you've been walking through life without it. I'm about to show you something that will truly change the way your brain works. Not fake motivation, real transformation. Because once you understand what I'm about to share, you'll never see people the same way again. It's like learning a secret language, one that lets you read minds. There's a hidden game being played every day in your life. Every job, every friendship, every relationship. It's all part of it. Most people don't even know the game exists. They think life is fair, that hard work automatically brings success. That's why they lose. Machiavelli discovered the truth in the 1500s while working in Italian politics. He watched powerful families rise and fall and started seeing patterns. He realized success isn't about being kind, smart, or talented. It's about understanding human nature, the real side of people, not the polite masks they wear. He wrote it all down. The true laws of power. How people actually act when no one's pretending. How to see through lies before they're told. How to position yourself so you're always in control. And for 500 years, this knowledge has quietly shaped those who rule and win. But today you get access to it. You're going to learn 6 powerful mental frameworks that you can use right now, in your daily life, in your goals, in how you deal with people. Not theory, not motivation, real strategy. These are the patterns that separate people who get used from people who win. I'll warn you, this won't be comfortable. You'll start noticing how many times you've been played. You'll replay moments in your head and finally see what was really happening. But that discomfort, that's your brain evolving. You're waking up. By the end of this video, you'll notice something different. You'll hear people's real intentions. You'll see patterns, power plays, little signals others miss. And once you see them, you'll never unsee them. Your mind will operate on a higher level than everyone around you. So I need one thing from you: focus. Because these 6 Machiavellian frameworks are the line between being a player and being played. Ready? Let's open your mind. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I see the game clearly now. Number 1. Master the art of strategic silence. When was the last time you felt like you had to explain yourself? To prove you were right? That need to explain, it's your biggest weakness. Every time you over-explain, you lose power. Every time you defend yourself when no one asked, you look guilty. Every time you fill silence with nervous words, you give control to the other person. Machiavelli understood something most people never learn. Silence is a weapon. When you stay quiet, people start guessing. They project their fears, their thoughts, their doubts onto you. They start believing you know more than you do. They build stories in their head about how smart or powerful you are, and you never said a word. Think about the most powerful people you know. Do they explain themselves to everyone? Do they justify every decision? They move in silence. They let their actions speak. And when they do talk, every word hits hard. Here's what happens when you master strategic silence. First, people reveal themselves. When you stop filling every gap in a conversation, others rush to fill it. And when they do, they expose their insecurities, their intentions, their weaknesses. They hand you a map of exactly how to deal with them. Second, you stop making mistakes. Most people ruin opportunities because they talk too much. They reveal their plans too early. They warn their rivals before they act. Silence protects you, even from your own mouth. Third, you become unpredictable. And unpredictability is power. When no one can figure out what you're thinking, they can't plan against you. They can't trap you. You become a mystery, and people respect what they don't understand. Now, I'm not saying go completely silent. I'm saying be intentional with your words. When someone asks a question that doesn't need an answer, stay quiet. When someone tries to pull you into an argument, stay calm. When they ask about your next move, just smile and change the subject. Machiavelli once said, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must be a fox to spot traps and a lion to scare wolves." Sometimes the fox wins, simply by saying nothing at all. Practice this today. In your next conversation, resist the urge to fill the silence. Let the other person speak. Watch what they reveal. You'll be shocked how much power you gain just by staying quiet. Drop this affirmation in the comments. My silence is my strength. Number 2, study people like a scientist studies patterns. You know what separates amateurs from masters? Amateurs focus on themselves. Masters focus on others. Most people move through life blind. They don't observe. They don't analyze. They believe what they see on the surface. But real power begins when you start studying people. And then they act surprised when someone lies to them, disappoints them, or uses them. Here's the truth. Every person you meet runs on a program. They have patterns, triggers, fears, and desires. If you learn to read those patterns, you can predict their next move before they make it. You can understand what drives them and avoid their traps before they're set. Machiavelli spent his whole life studying people. He realized humans aren't as random as they think. We're actually very predictable once you know what to look for. The people who master this skill move through life smoothly because they see things others don't. Start with body language. Watch how people act when they're uncomfortable. Notice what they do with their hands when they're not being honest. See who they look at when they laugh in a group. These tiny signs reveal everything their words try to hide. Next, listen to how people talk about others. This tells you more than you think. If someone constantly gossips or puts others down, they'll do the same to you. If someone always plays the victim, they'll never take responsibility. If someone brags too much, they're covering up insecurity. People always show you who they are if you pay attention. Now, for the advanced level, learn what people value most. Some people crave respect, some want money, some need attention or security. Once you know what someone values, you know what motivates them, their personal currency. And when you know that, you can understand and influence them with precision. Watch how people behave under stress, because that's when the mask falls off. The nice person who turns cruel under pressure, that's their real self. The leader who stays calm in chaos, that's true strength. Crisis doesn't change people, it reveals them. Also, study patterns over time. Someone who broke trust before will likely do it again. Someone dishonest with others is dishonest with you too. Someone unreliable in small things will fail in big things. Past behavior predicts future behavior. Machiavelli once said, "Men judge more by what they see than what they feel." Everyone sees what you appear to be, few truly know what you are. So, don't just listen to what people say, watch what they do. Actions never lie. Start training this skill today. Pick one person in your life, a friend, co-worker, or family member. Observe them for a week. Notice how they speak, react, and behave under stress. See if you can predict their next move. You'll be shocked at how readable people become once you start truly watching. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I see through everyone. Number 3, never reveal your true intentions. This might make some people uncomfortable, but it's one of Machiavelli's most powerful lessons. The moment people know what you really want, you lose leverage. The moment people see your full plan, they can counter it. The moment they understand your strategy, they can play against you. Think about it. When you tell someone your dream, what usually happens? If they're competitive, they try to beat you. If they're insecure, they try to talk you out of it. If they're strategic, they figure out how to use your plan for themselves. Very few people truly support you when they know your real goals. That's why smart people move differently. They talk about surface-level goals while quietly working on what truly matters. They let others think they understand them, but they're operating on a completely different level. Let's say you're planning a big life change. An amateur tells everyone. They seek advice from people who've never done it, deal with criticism, and lose momentum. Half the time, they quit before they even start because everyone's watching and judging. The professional? They stay silent, they prepare in private, they build quietly, and when they finally make their move, it's already done. No debate, no permission, just results. This applies to everything: business, relationships, personal goals. Don't show all your cards in the first meeting. Don't reveal your full personality right away. Don't expose your weaknesses until you're sure they can't be used against you. Mystery earns respect. Oversharing invites danger. Some people will call this manipulation. But here's the truth: everyone plays this game. The person who claims to be fully transparent, they just don't realize what they're hiding. The one who says, "I have nothing to hide," they're usually the most guarded of all. The difference is, you'll be aware. You'll control your image instead of letting others define it. You'll reveal what helps you and protect what doesn't. Machiavelli once said, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." Use this to your advantage. Here's how you practice this. When someone asks about your plans, give them a general answer. Share only the surface details. Keep your real strategy private. Watch how people treat you differently when they don't know your next move. Watch how much faster you progress when you're not carrying everyone's opinions. Drop this affirmation in the comments: "My plans are sacred." Number 4, control the narrative before someone else does. Here's a truth that will change how you see everything. Whoever defines the story controls the power. When something happens, it means nothing until someone explains it. And the person who explains it first usually wins. That's why politicians rush to make statements. Why companies issue press releases fast. Why some people are always the first to tell their side. Because the first story sticks. Most people don't control their own narrative. They let others define who they are. They stay silent while rumors spread. They hope people figure it out. And then they wonder why no one respects them or why their reputation suffers. Machiavellian thinkers do the opposite. They design their story carefully. They control how others see them. They don't wait for someone else to define their image. They shape it themselves. This isn't lying. It's framing. Let's say you made a mistake. The weak person hides it and prays nobody notices. The Machiavellian person speaks first. They frame it as a lesson, show how they're improving, and move on. Same event, different outcome. They owned the story. Or imagine someone spreading rumors about you. The worst thing you can do is react emotionally or get defensive. When people talk behind your back or twist your story, don't panic. The smart move is to get ahead of it. Stay calm, tell your version clearly. Make their gossip look small compared to your confidence. That's how you flip the power. In any competition, most people just react to what happens and end up with average results. But the person who tells a strong story, turns struggles into lessons, and controls the narrative, that person wins. Same situation, different outcome. You can use this in everyday life too. If you make a mistake, don't hide. Don't wait for people to assume things. Explain what happened. Share your plan to fix it. You just took control instead of letting others judge you. Look at social media. People don't show the full truth. They show a strategic truth. Success, happiness, wins, they hide the struggle. That's not fake, it's smart, they're shaping perception. Machiavelli once said, "It's not titles that honor men, but men that honor titles." In simple words, your value doesn't come from your position, it comes from who you are. So start practicing narrative control now. Think, how do people see you? Is that image helping you? If not, change it. Through your actions, your words, your presence. Don't let anyone else write your story. If this message is hitting deep, hit the like button. And if you want more content that makes you think smarter and live stronger, subscribe. Most people won't because they just consume. But you're not most people. You take action. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I write my story. 5. Embrace calculated decisiveness. Here's a truth many ignore. Being indecisive is not strength. It's a weakness that costs people success. I'm not saying be reckless or ignore risks. I'm saying if you keep choosing comfort over results, you'll lose. Every time. Machiavelli wrote The Prince to teach leaders how to gain and keep power. One of his strongest lessons was, sometimes you must make hard choices that others fear. Cut off what drains you. End what weakens you. Make tough moves when needed, because weakness attracts problems. Think about people who can't decide. They get used, ignored, and disrespected. They can't say no, can't set boundaries, and let others drain their energy because they fear confrontation. And where does it lead? Stress, frustration, no progress. Now think about successful people. They're not always comfortable, but they're decisive. They protect their time and energy. They remove negativity fast. They choose based on logic, not emotions. People may call them cold, but they're winning. That's calculated decisiveness. It's not about being harsh, it's about being strategic. It's about choosing what serves your goals, not what feels easy. Say you have someone who's always negative and brings drama. The indecisive person keeps them around to avoid awkwardness. The decisive person ends it and sleeps peacefully. One person keeps their chaos. The other protects their peace. Be the second one. The other person protects their peace. The weak one gives it away to people or situations that don't deserve it. Think about it. If someone on your team isn't contributing, the indecisive person keeps giving them chances, hoping they'll change. The decisive person makes a move and replaces them. One keeps struggling, the other starts growing. This rule applies to yourself too. Stop giving excuses. Stop being soft on your own laziness. If you said you'll wake up early, then do it. If you said you'll finish the project, finish it. Be decisive even with your own discipline. That's where real growth starts. Machiavelli once said, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." It doesn't mean be cruel. It means respect matters more than approval. People may not like you, but they'll respect you for being clear, firm, and fair. Now, balance is important. Be decisive, but don't be petty. Cut off people who drain you, but don't seek revenge. Make hard choices, but don't be cruel about them. Real power is strategic, not emotional. That's what separates true leaders from impulsive ones. Drop this affirmation in the comments. I choose power decisively. 6. Always have a backup plan. This might be the most important law of all. The difference between survivors and victims is simple. Survivors always have options. The people who get crushed in life are the ones who depend on just one thing, one source of income, one friend group, one dream, one plan. When that one thing fails, they collapse with it. Machiavellian thinkers don't live that way. They stay prepared. They build multiple income streams. They connect with different types of people. They keep learning new skills. They always have an exit plan. Because they know the truth, life is unpredictable and people are unreliable. Ask yourself, if your main income ended tomorrow, could you survive? Do you have savings, side income, marketable skills, useful connections? If not, you're in a weak position. You're depending too much on luck. The same goes for your social circle. Do you have people you can trust outside your main group? Can you stay peaceful alone if needed? Could you move on if things change tomorrow? This isn't about being cold or disloyal. It's about being strategically independent. Depending too much on one thing isn't loyalty, it's weakness pretending to be loyalty. So when you plan something big, always prepare for what could go wrong. If your main plan fails, what's your next step? If life changes, how will you adapt? Powerful people always think 2 steps ahead. They never gamble their future on one move. They don't fear losing because they're always ready to rebuild. That's the Machiavellian way. Control through preparation, not hope. Let's say you're chasing a big opportunity. The person with no backup acts desperate. They accept whatever is offered. The person with a backup plan? Calm, confident, not needy. They have options so they can negotiate from power. Same situation, completely different outcome, all because of preparation. Now imagine you're in a conflict. The person with no alternatives gets emotional, burns bridges, and regrets it later. The one with options stays calm because they know they can walk away anytime. That calm detachment gives them leverage. This mindset also protects you from disappointment. When you're not dependent on anyone or anything, nothing can break you. If someone shows their true colors, fine, you've got other people. If an opportunity fails, no problem, you've got other plans. You stop being destroyed by loss because your foundation is wide and strong. Machiavelli once said, "The wise man does at once what the fool does at last." Meaning, don't wait until it's too late to prepare. Build your options now while you have time. Start today. Create a second income stream. Learn a new skill. Grow your network. Save more money. Strengthen your connections. Because the person with options is the person with power. So, there you have it. 6 powerful mental frameworks that can completely change how you think, move, and win. These aren't just ideas, they're tools. And like any tool, they're neutral. You can use them to build strength, protect yourself, and create success. Or you can ignore them and keep wondering why life never changes. Most people will just watch, agree, maybe drop a comment, and then go back to their old habits. But a few of you will actually apply this. And when you do, you'll start noticing changes fast. Conversations will feel different. Opportunities will appear. People will treat you differently because your energy, your confidence, your strategy will change. So here's the question, which one are you? The observer or the player? If you got value from this video, don't just leave quietly. Hit that like button, share this with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe, because this is just the beginning. Most channels give you surface-level motivation. Here, we go deep into the real psychology that runs the world, the laws of power, control, and influence. Now, drop your final affirmation in the comments. I'm awake now. Because from this point on, you're not living blindly anymore. You're thinking like someone who was born to win. Stay sharp. Your move.